In the beginning, I ask, why have you come? In one sense, it doesn't matter why you've come. It says something really good about you that you are here. For some of you, this is not your holiday. This is not your religious tradition, and yet you are here. You are here for someone else. Some of you are here because you know that you are contributing something to this service, and that you could very well be with family or friends someplace else, but you are giving something of yourself. Why are you here? One of the reasons that I hope that you will go away with is that you want to be a bit happier. In religious language, we sometimes talk about joy, and joy is often understood as a deeper kind of happiness. But don't we all want to be happy? Just plain old happy. And the question that I have for you tonight is, what would it take for you to be happy? Think about it. Just take a few seconds to seriously consider that question. What would it take to make you happy? My guess is that the beginning answers would go something like this. That I would be happy if I got some sort of relief from present problems. Whatever my present problems are, if I could just get relief from those, I would be happy. For others of us, to have assurance of security in the future. You know, this stock market is bad, and we don't know if we're going to have enough to take care of us in our old age and retire. So for some of us, we would be happy if we had assurance of future security. And if the truth be known, some of us have so wounded others in the past that we would be happy if we could just know forgiveness from ourselves and from others. So sometimes what would make us happy is something that changes the present, something that ensures the future, and something that makes okay the past. But others of us, whether it would be little or small, would say, well, you know what would make me happy would be a toy. You know, it might just be a little computer game or some sort of little toy, or it could be a big toy like some of us like to play with. But a toy would make me happy of some sort. Others of us would have a grander idea and say what would make me happy would be world peace. No more hunger, no more war, that sort of thing. The traditional religious answer says that the coming of God, or of God's special servant, Messiah, that brings a sense of joy. We find this both in Judaism and in Christianity. For those of you who were here a few weeks ago for a service, we talked about the time when the Jews were in captivity, bondage, for 50, 60 years in Babylon. And the Babylonians literally had turned them into slaves. And what gave the Jews joy was Cyrus, the king of Persia, was used as God's Messiah to come and bring judgment on the Babylonians and to bring deliverance and liberation to the Jews. Well, many years later, at the time of Jesus, the Jews were again under the thumb of the Romans. And there were Roman soldiers occupying all the streets. And they had lost control of their own destiny. They were under the control of the Romans. And so now they were looking for a Messiah who would overthrow the Romans and set them free, bring deliverance, freedom, sovereignty again. So this theme of having joy around liberation is a traditional and meaningful theme when you are oppressed. It is quite impossible, perhaps, for us to appreciate what it would be like to live under that kind of oppression. And yet millions of people tonight live under that sort of oppression. But what about personal oppression? I don't know if you've ever been caught in an addiction where you lost control of your life to something else and you really couldn't get out of it. When you are in that kind of addiction, the possibility that God intervening in your life or spirit or whatever you call it and setting you free so that you have your life back, that's legitimate. Have you ever been in so much financial debt that you just were worried every day of your life?